Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was one of the most significant figures in the history of America. He led the state through one of its most challenging periods, the Civil War, and helped to preserve the Union, end slavery, and restore the nation's unity. In this video, we will explore the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, his achievements, and his impact on American society. Early life and career. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in Hodgenville, Kentucky. His family was poor, and Lincoln had very little formal education. However, he was a voracious reader and taught himself the law. Lincoln moved to Illinois in 1830 and worked as a store clerk, surveyor, and postmaster before being elected to the Illinois state legislature in 1834. He became a lawyer in 1836 and quickly established himself as one of the most prominent attorneys in the state. Lincoln's political career began in earnest in 1846 when he was elected to the United States House of Representatives. He served one term and then returned to Illinois to resume his law practice. In 1858, Lincoln ran for the United States Senate against Stephen A. Douglas, and their debates over slavery made Lincoln a national figure. Although he lost the Senate race, Lincoln's speeches and writings on slavery helped to establish him as a leader in the new Republican Party. Presidency in the Civil War. Lincoln was elected as President of the United States in 1860, winning a four-way race with only 40% of the popular vote. His victory was seen as a danger to the establishment of slavery, and several Southern states seceded from the Union before Lincoln even took office. Lincoln was determined to preserve the Union, and in his inaugural address, he pledged to use force if necessary to prevent the secession of any more states. The Civil War began in April 1861, and Lincoln's leadership was tested immediately. He faced opposition from his own party, which was divided over how to fight the war, and he struggled to find competent military commanders. However, Lincoln remained steadfast in his determination to preserve the Union. He signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which declared that all slaves in Confederate territory were to be set free. Although the proclamation did not free any slaves immediately, it had a significant impact on the war effort and helped to turn the surge of the war in favor of the Union. Lincoln was re-elected in 1864, and the Union's victory was assured. On April 9, 1865, General Robert E. Lee admitted defeat to General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, effectively ending the war. However, Lincoln's victory was short-lived. On April 14, 1865, just 5 days after Lee's surrender, Lincoln was murdered by John Wilkes Booth while joining a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Legacy. Abraham Lincoln's legacy is enormous, and his impact on American society continues to this day. He is commonly viewed as one of America's greatest presidents, and his leadership during the Civil War helped to shape the nation's history. His speeches and writings on slavery and democracy are still studied and admired, and his Gettysburg Address is considered one of the most significant speeches in American history. One of Lincoln's most significant achievements was the abolition of slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation set the stage for the eventual abolition of slavery, and the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, was ratified in December 1865, 8 months after Lincoln's death. Lincoln's commitment to preserving the Union also helped to shape the course of American history. The Civil War was a significant instant in American history, and Lincoln's leadership during that time helped to prevent the country from being permanently divided. Without Lincoln's leadership, it is possible that the United States may not exist in its current form. Lincoln's legacy also includes his leadership style. He was a leader who was able to inspire and motivate people, even in the face of adversity. He was recognized for his honesty, integrity, and compassion, and his leadership during the Civil War helped to unite the country behind a common goal. In addition to his governance during the Civil War, Lincoln also had a significant impact on American society through his policies and initiatives. He signed the Homestead Act in 1862, which encouraged settlement in the western United States by providing land grants to settlers. He also signed the Pacific Railroad Act, which helped to promote the construction of a transcontinental railroad. Lincoln's legacy also includes his commitment to democracy and equality. He believed that all men were created equal, and he fought to ensure that all Americans had access to the same opportunities and freedoms. He was a champion of civil rights, and his Emancipation Proclamation helped to set the stage for the eventual passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Abraham Lincoln was one of the most significant figures in the history of America. His leadership during the Civil War helped to preserve the Union, end slavery, and restore the nation's unity. His legacy continues to this day, and his speeches, writings, and leadership style are still studied and admired by people around the world. Lincoln's commitment to democracy, equality, and justice remains an inspiration to all who seek to create the world a better place. Thank you for watching. For more informative videos, please subscribe to my channel Knowledge Hub.